Alright, welcome once again to this month's show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Chatspot Tv Africa at Dr.Robert also. So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.
Show on What is Your Story with Dr. Robert. Also remember, once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Chatspot Tv Africa at Dr. Robert also. So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.
Instagram stay live. Hello everyone, welcome to Romi TV Africa. This is Chatspot with me, your host Collins Ochieng. You can follow me on my social media pages as follows. That is, Facebook is at Mark Collins Ochieng, while on Instagram and Twitter is at Collins_KE. And today on this show we are going to discuss about what are some of the red flags that women should look out for in men, and also what are some of the red flags that men should look out for in women. So I'm not alone, I'm joined by two ladies they are going to introduce themselves. So I will start with my far right. Please welcome the show and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Melaban. My social media platforms are Melaban, everywhere Melaban.
Okay. On my left I also have another lady who is going to introduce herself. Please welcome the show.
Oriana Chantel in all social media platforms. Still Oriana Chantel.
Okay. So guys, the topic we're going to discuss today, I did my research and I came across an article by the Daily Nation that is about life and style, and they talked about this topic that we are going to discuss today, whether it's valid or whether it's truth or not. They happened to interrogate, or they happened to interview women who had to give their sentiments concerning this topic. So the topic is about what are the red flags that women should look out for. What are the red flags in women that men should look out for? Remember, this is Romi TV Africa. Make sure that you watch, you subscribe, you like us on all our social media pages. That is at Romi TV Africa. So the first the first reason that I have here is that, one, if they lie about important details in their life. So I'm going to just read a bit, and then you'll be giving me your views. You'll be explaining more, whether the point is valid or not, or maybe you will be giving me your views in terms of if there's another angle. So this is what Monica Mwangi, 32 years, a businesswoman, had to say, that although you don't need to know your partner's entire life story at the beginning of a relationship, avoid a woman who lies about important details of her life, where she lives, where she works, the children she has, and about her parents. If such things from the past are not well communicated, what more could she be hiding? Although what you don't know can't hurt you at some point, you will probably find out, and it will spell a trouble and doom you in your relationship. Guys, is this true that the red flags in women is, one of the reasons is that if they lie important details about their life. We know that it's not that much necessary, it's not that much important, but we find that if he tries to hide, there's some significance about it. For instance, they were talking about issue to do with where she lives, okay? The type of job she's doing or she's performing, and maybe information about the children, maybe if she has ever had children or if she has not, and also about the parents. Do you think that lying information about your life is a red flag that men should look for? When I start with you, Chantel or Rihanna, what is your point about this thing?
I don't think somebody needs to lie
Yeah.
to somebody who you're dating if there isn't something wrong.
Yeah.
So unless you are a villain or a killer or something negative, or in cahoots with somebody negative, that's when somebody lies. And I might be putting myself in danger when I am lying about who I am to you. That means whatever we are building, to me, it shouldn't, I don't see it lasting. You see? So like, you shouldn't lie. That's why we bring up the thing about opening up during relationship. Whether it's negative or positive, you should be truthful. If indeed you have feelings for this other party.
Whether the relationship will be a short term or whether it will be a long term.
Yeah, okay.
So we should not tolerate lies.
Short term, what do you mean short term?
Like, okay, we might decide to date or to start a relationship, but eventually at the end things might not work. But on that process, maybe let's say it was a period maybe of 4 months or 5 months, just that period of time, like we cannot tell, but from the onset, the information should just be truthful. There's no aspects of me lying about the information about myself, maybe.
Maybe in the beginning, some women tend to lie because they don't see a future with the person.
Yes.
But once they see that this person is, there is bound to be something in
There's
the
a
future,
potential, yeah.
there's potential
Yes.
for not just a relationship pass by, but something more. That's when they tend to be truthful. But a person who just lies all the way, inamaanisha haoni akiwa na future na wewe. He's just wasting your time.
Melaban, what is your take about this point that if they lie about important details in their life, for instance, where they live, for instance, the job they are doing, for instance, maybe the number of children she has ever sad or she has ever given birth to, and also as well the information about their parents. Do you think this is a red flag to a man, that a man should look out for in a woman, if a woman lies about that information, or that is just something that the woman is trying to use it as a defense mechanism because it doesn't know the man? Maybe the man would be just wasting his time on him, or would be just taking him in vain. What is your take about it?
Okay, actually it is very, very, like, it is a big red flag.
Yes.
Because actually this person he's not serious with you, actually.
Yeah.
Haoni future na wewe, like, yeah. And yeah, that's why.
That's all you can say. So during the beginning of that relationship, so someone should just be willing to give any information about himself or about herself.
Sorry?
Do you mean that at the onset of the relationship, dating, the woman should just be willing to share all the information about herself?
Yeah.
Maybe this thing is not going to work. Do you think it's necessary? Maybe.
Okay, kama ita work, it is not necessary, and maybe unaona huyu mtu you are not going far na yeye, maybe hana future, maybe even you don't like him. Yeah, you don't have to say all that details, ama to identify all that details actually. Yeah.
Okay. Another reasons that I got from this article about the red flags that men should look out for in women is number 2 was about she treats others with contempt. Okay, so I'm going to read a bit. This was a view from Anne Mudhoni Ngoi. She's a businesswoman and a relationship coach, and this is what she had to say. You should not judge a person by how she treats you, okay, but how she treats others. The former may reflect what she wants you to think of her, and later reflects who she is. If you're around people and your partner uses vulgar language towards them, that's a red flag. Vulgar language, she tries to use that abusive language, words that are not appropriate, okay? When you're with her, maybe you are chilling around, maybe you went for a road trip somewhere, and then she uses such kind of inappropriate language, then it means that she's trying to send a red flag, meaning that you should not judge the person by how she treats you, but how she treats others. So maybe if I start with you, Melabine, maybe you can break to us that point and maybe give us more insights if it is truthful or how valid it is that if a woman, if you are with her and how she treats others, then that speaks a lot that she's a red flag. If she treats others badly but she treats you well, then that is a woman that you should not be interested in. Is that true?
Yeah, because the way he is treating, is it he or she?
She.
Okay, the way she is treating you.
Whenever she's in anger. Yeah.
Okay. The way she is treating others, she is going to treat you like others. Okay, yani she is just pretending because you are there, but sometimes mkiendelea she's just.
So she's going to repeat the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
she is
okay.
going to. She is going to what? What am I going to say?
To indicate she will treat you the same.
Yeah, she will treat you the same.
She will react the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chantel Oriana, is that true that how a woman treats others, she will also replicate it to you? Like the way you treat your friend, and let's say I'm with you, okay, just an example, the way you will handle your friend while I'm with you, maybe in terms of anger, in terms of happiness, the same you will do to me. Like there's no way you can be able to balance, like one side you pretend, the other side you don't pretend. Is that true?
I actually don't think that's true, because
Yeah.
we have people who can pretend, and they are experts in pretending. I can be a very good sweet girl when I'm around you, innocent, good, polite, and all that when I'm around you. But when I'm around others, I'm this other person. I'm harsh, I'm angry, I'm rude, and I can be able to balance the two acts for as long as I want to. The moment that you decide to get into a relationship with me, and maybe one day accidentally I reveal my other side, that's how relationships tend to be. So ndo maana tunaambiwa before you start dating someone, you should study them, you should see them vulnerable, you should see them sad, you should see them angry, so that you can know what kind of a person you are dating, not just to jump into a relationship just because you think you love the person. Maybe you might see the other side, the angry side, and those so-called feelings love, they might vanish just like that, just because alikuwa pretend mbele yako, she showed you the angel side, but when she's with others, she's just this other person, the devil. You said? Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I can read the article on what they had to say on that point. As they finally, they say that you should be keen to check how she reacts when angry, because this may be a clear signal of how she will treat you. When you treat people poorly, we reinforce the perception that we are toxic, okay? If you are on a date, be keen to check how she treats those who serve you and how she treats your friend. Those are factors to consider. A good woman values people and will not treat anyone badly, irrespective of differences in social status or class. So the point is trying to say that the woman, the way she treats her friends, the way she treats her colleagues at work, the way she treats maybe her peer mates, the fellow friends at church, is the way she will treat you. So, for instance, if she treats them well, she knows how to handle them, she has manners, then the same will replicate, the same will repeat itself even when you are with her. But if she treats them negatively, then chances of also treating you negatively is very high. So going to the third point is if she ghosts you. Okay? So let me read about this story of ghost you. If a woman in love puts in the effort for her man and the relationship to work, a woman in love puts in the effort for her man and the relationship to work. If your partner seems absent, or they're not listening to you while you are speaking, or doesn't respond to your calls or texts, this is a sign that they are disconnected or distracted. Watch out if she ghosts you only to re-emerge after some time. In some cases, if you hurt her and as a result she stops caring about your whereabouts, there are high chances she is hurt and wants time by herself or wants to call it quits. My advice to men out there, appreciate it when your woman asks some simple questions like uko wapi, huyo ni nani, because these are small signals, these are small things. These small things are a signal of trust in your relationship. If a woman is used to asking you questions and drastically stop asking you, you should be worried. Melabine, how true is this that if your partner, if you ladies, you are absent or you are not listening to your man while he's speaking or in terms of calls or text, that it seems that you guys are distracted or disconnected? Is that true? Wakati mnakata kushika simu, ama wakati mnakata kureply text, ama wakati mtu anakuongelesha na usikii, inamaanisha kwamba umepoteza nia na huyu jamaa. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni dalili ya kwamba unajaribu kupitisha red flag. How true is that? Does it, ina indicate ya kwamba mmeweka naye?
Okay, it is not true, but somehow it is true.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you look it at both
ways,
two angles,
yeah,
two ways.
two
Yes.
ways, eh?
Yes.
Okay, kila
Sorry for that.
Okay. There is sometimes mtu anakuanga busy,
Yes.
unakosa kuchukua simu ama maybe hujasikia, and there is sometimes maybe amekubo or anything, yani huna vibe na yeye.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you umeangalia kwa one angle ya kwamba kama una vibe na yeye ama umeboeka na yeye,
Yeah.
then you utamua kumghost. Like you will not react to the text, you will not react to the calls.
Yeah,
You will not respond when he's talking to you, he's addressing you. Wewe utamua tu, utacheza na facial expression ama body language ya kuindicate ya kwamba you are not interested.
Yeah, and in another way you
Yes.
can be busy, maybe upigiwe simu alafu hujasikia, or maybe ulikuwa busy na you are going to call him back.
So yes, I get that reason very well. So let me ask you, in case alikuwa amekupigia simu na ulikuwa busy, what if your business is usipopiga, sio bado ni red flag ama sio?
Okay, it is.
But if you call back, then it means that you are interested.
Yeah.
Chantel Oriana, what is your thought on this on this factor? Ya kwamba ukipigiwa simu haushiki, ukitextiwa haujibu, okay? Inamaanisha ya kwamba you are not interested. Is it a sign that it's a red flag for a guy? So the guy should just walk out. He should not give an effort anymore.
I personally, if I am into somebody,
Yes.
and if I like somebody,
Yeah.
I will show interest. I will not ghost the person, such that I can text. I will put him as my priority. He'll be my first priority.
Yes.
I can text. Hata kama niko wapi, maybe yes, there's sometimes I can be too busy, but the minute I see it, I will respond. When you call me, I will call you back, maybe kama sijachukua simu, and I will give you the reason. As in, nitakuonyesha I have some interest in you, I will check up on you, not tu wewe utakuwa unaniangalia peke yake, hadi mimi once in a while uko wapi, uko na nani, because the act of I don't want you to be with somebody else is actually, hiyo ni kitu inafaa kuwa inakuonyesha that I'm actually interested in you. But if I'm not interested in somebody, and I won't, when he calls,
Yes.
I won't call back.
Okay. So that's an indicator.
Okay.
Okay.
When he texts,
Yeah.
I will choose to ignore and maybe come up with excuses, weird excuses
When he
that
talks
don't
to you?
that don't make sense. At why I didn't reply your texts and stuff. When we are conversation, like when we're talking, it will be more of a forced conversation on your part. You'll be utakuwa unaniambia things about you, and I'll be giving you one word answers like yeah, walai, for real. You say like one word. I'm not showing any interest in that conversation. As a man, that should be a hint to you. Unafaa kuchukulia like, okay, this girl is not interested in me. She wants nothing to do with me. Okay. And you should push yourself away, because at this
Don't
point
force, yeah.
you're forcing yourself on me.
Yeah.
Na sasa msichana, because can tell you directly that she doesn't want you that way. She chooses to push you away.
So let me ask you, maybe you brought a good point, that sometimes it's very difficult for a woman to tell you that they don't want you to say no for you. Why is it that difficult? Mbona msiende tu mkasema hapana haiwezekani, shida iko wapi? Ukiambia tu mtu, you call a spade a spade. What is the problem with that?
No, maybe sometimes we might not want to be with a person, relationship.
But you just tell him straightforward.
But you care about this person and you don't want to hurt their feelings. So unaona ukimwambia huyu hapana, utaona ukimwambia.
But sasa hapo unamharibia muda, you're wasting his time now. You are at the end of the day.
Hapa ndo wanaume wanafaa kuwa wanajua how body language works.
Yes.
If I show you if my actions tell you that I don't want anything to do with you, I'm not interested in you.
Yes.
You as a man, you should
learn quickly.
Go.
Melaban, I'll come back to you. Mbona madem badala ya kutumia hizi dalili, hizi signs, mbona usiambie tu mwanaume miss kutaki ile tu direct na asahau hivyo, kuliko anangangana una waste his feelings na baadaye kumbe umtaki ama haita work? Mbona usiende tu straightforward umwambie?
Okay, for me personally, I can tell you about maybe sikupendi or yeah, but ukiendelea insist, I'll just ignore. Yeah. Because
wewe utarifaa kumwambia.
Yeah.
Okay. Sawa. So reason nyingine pia ambayo iliibuka ni about obsessed with your looks and material. Guys, remember you're watching Romy TV Africa. This is Chatspot. I'm your host Collins Ochieng. You can follow me on my social media pages. That is Facebook is at Mark Collins Ochieng, while on Facebook and Instagram is at Collins_KE. So we were talking about the red alerts, we were talking about the red flags that men should look out for in women. So the women were there's some women who were interviewed and they had to give the reasons. So we are trying to break down the reasons to see how truthful they are and to look at both angles, the negative and the positive side. So the reason that I'm dwelling right now, the reason that I'm going to look at is about obsessed with your looks and material wealth. So I'm going to read a bit and then you are going to explain for me. Okay? So this is what one of the respondents had to say. Men, be cautious if your lady is obsessed with your looks and material wealth. Remember, if she loved you because of looks and money, you will have to keep the status quo to sustain her love. And this, of course, can fade away due to varying factors. True love is not about how handsome you are or how deep your pockets are. There's nothing wrong with having these qualities, but this should not be the driving factor that attracts someone to be with you. The character traits are key. Chantel Oriana, what is your sentiments concerning obsession with your looks and material wealth? That if a woman is obsessed with your look and in terms of finance, then she's trying to deceive you. She's just there maybe to lie to you or to portray a factor that she's interested in you, but she's not interested. She's just there that to dig deep, to use you so that maybe she can gain some benefits, but thereafter, in case maybe things go sour, like you start to deteriorate in terms of looks, maybe you don't have money, your pockets are running dry, then the woman is going to walk out of the relationship. Do you think that is true? Ya kwamba nyinyi siku hizi mnaangalia look sana kwa maboys, mnaangalia mambo na pesa sana kwa machali. So chali akiwa ako nayo mtakuwa interested. Lakini wakati itaisha, hapo ndio mnafunga swala la mahusiano. Na ni ukweli pia, manake pia tunajua siku hizi hamtaki watu nyoko broke. Mnapenda mtu lazima kuwe ako na pesa, mtu lazima kuwe ako na luku, mtu lazima akuwe pengine anaendesha gari ya kifahari. Hebu tufafanulie wazo lako ni gani?
There's this topic that we talked about yesterday where I mentioned gold diggers. So if the looks thing, I
And
don't
man.
think it's that much of a bad thing, because I personally would love my man to look good, and I want tukitembea kwa streets
Yes.
tusionekane kama I look so good, mbona mimi nijiweke vizuri, ni dress up vizuri, na tuseme ni date tunaenda and you just come with raggeds. That now it will happen. The thing is, if I put effort in making myself look good, you should put effort kujivalisha vizuri, you look presentable. At least tukitembea na wewe mahali nisionekana nikaa natembea na street boy, natembea na an actual man. But sasa ikikuja kwa finance, if a woman is that into finance, then that woman is in that relationship because of your money, not because of you.
Lakini si nowadays you ladies huwa mnasema lazima pesa ni muhimu.
Correction, not
Pesa, sababu mnasema pesa.
You ladies, sema some ladies. Sawa?
Sawa, withdraw my
si
words.
wote wanaangalianga pesa, ndo maana nimetumia jina gold diggers. The ones wanaangalianga team pockets, mambo ya mfuko tutaangalia baadaye. Sasa zile maybe tunataka kuanza familia or something, hapo ndo tutaangalia mfuko. But as for now, in relationship terms, I'm not dating your money, I am dating you. So if I even,
but let me interrupt you. But I think having money will facilitate that, going for trips, road trips, sitting really nicely. So you just accept a broke man because of
we appreciate small gestures.
Okay.
Some ladies appreciate small gestures. Si ati ndo nijue unanipenda lazima uninunulie Ferrari. Si ndo nijue unanipenda lazima unipeleke abroad. No. The small, unaweza kuwa unanionyesha tu hivyo pesa, na maybe pia wewe you're not even in there because you love the girl, you're just in there umimpress na hivi vitu. When you get the thing that you want to get, then you let uende. You see, money can be deceiving sometimes. So some ladies appreciate small gestures. We don't just go for a picnic to kule ice cream. That's enough.
You're
Sometimes
contented,
that's enough.
but you also compare yourself with others. Like huwa mnajiangalia na unaangalia kwa status, na fulani ameka pale kwa IG, ame caption, guys know what, guess what, I was
just social media, it lies. Social media lies. Maybe hata hiyo status zenye ameiba kwa status nyingine na akapost kwake. So social media lies. Sasa kama ni mtu akubeba na social media, I'm so sorry my friend, because social media, it's false life. That's a false life. But if ladies wanaweza kaanza kujifunza ku appreciate mtu anze small, just don't go big. They don't expect unipeleke date, the first date tunaenda unaniambia tunaenda kwa hoteli yenye kwa Australia tu lazima tupande ndege. Mimi sitaki kitu kama hiyo, na ni date ya kwanza, na kama nikipanda hiyo ndege utanipeleka kwingine na nikuni.
But kuna wengine wana argue, listen, kuna wengine wana argue, wanasema kwamba ukimpeleka ndogo is like unambelittle, you take as inferior.
That's where
your pressure, so
we start small. Sijasema tutakaa hapo, we start small. Leo tutaenda picnic, kesho maybe tutaenda lunch somewhere, a small restaurant. The other day maybe tunaenda movies. The other day, you see, dates zinaenda zikipanda. You know, sometimes.
So it's with time.
With time. So because if you jump into a big date, ati una just come with a fancy dress, come to personally I will turn down that person kwa sababu mimi sikujui vizuri. Sikujui vizuri. Na kama huko hoteli penye umeenda kunipeleka ati umeagana acha nilete huyu msichana, alafu the next minute mnaekea vitu kwa chakula, alafu ninalala, then napata nimeripiwa.
It's unfortunate.
You see? So like I said, maybe not all women agree with me wanataka kupelekwa in big places nini. Hiyo si eti nasema wewe ni high maintenance, but it's not reflecting you as a high maintenance person. That just means that wewe unapenda pesa, you're a gold digger, and that's it. Hata as much as mama anasemanga ati wacha uwe mwanamume mwenye anaweza kusustain, asemange ati uwe ati rich kid or something. You see, uwe mtu mwenye anajua, anafikiria kama mtu mkubwa business wise. He knows how to build anajua kujibuild nini business wise, because tumeona so many couples zimeanza chini,
Yeah.
na sahi they are like billionaires or millionaires. Now they have worked together.
Yes.
Mwanamke na mwanamume wote wamechangia na wamefika penye wamefika. But sasa ukijump into mbabas, sasa hiyo ni relationship kweli ama ni pesa tu peke yake? Pesa huisha, like I said.
Yeah. So soft life, you should not consider soft life very quickly.
I mean, there's a limit, but still.
Melaban.
Tunipeleka ident kibandaski.
Melaban, I'll come to you. Maoni yako ni gani kuhusiana na wanawake ambao wanathamini sana look na pia mali, like mwanamke, like they value so much looks, like the guy needs to look, dress code needs to be top notch, the pockets they should not dry, like they is always having money. Is it true that you women huwa mnaangalia pesa na look sana, alafu pia kama ni ukweli ama kama ni uongo, is a material wealth and look something that maybe someone should look for ama should ignore?
Okay, first of all, I have to say this. You don't have to compare your life with someone else's life, or maybe your friend's relationship. Maybe your friend's relationship, it is best, ama akona mtu akona do than you. Okay, sasa ukiona amepost, like amepost juu ameenda Mombasa, and you are there, like hamna hizo pesa, like you can't make it going to Mombasa, then una pray, una praise huyo boy wako, like I want this, I want to go where, like those things. It is not good to compare your life with someone's else life. And about money and looks. For me, looks naangalia sana, but not really, because you can change this person to.
So you're trying to say that it's possible to transform the person?
Yeah, you can. Actually, you can. Unaweza mfunza like venye atavaa. Okay, for me, tuseme mimi, like I'm a good, yani nimevaa poa, and there's someone that I'm dating, he's not like havai vile nataka. So you can change that person actually, umwambie babe, I want you to wear this, I want you. Hata unaweza mbaia actually, if unaweza mbaia like mseme tu mnaenda place, mbaie venye like unataka vae, na actually ataona it is good, actually it is smart. Ataanza
kuadapt.
Yeah, ataanza kuadapt kuvaa hivyo actually the way you want. And about finance and money, it's not really mtu and it is not, it doesn't matter actually. Yeah, finance. Okay, because ukiangalia pesa sana, it means that you are more focused with that money.
But
umpendi.
Tunasema mind and your happiness, mind inafanya mnakuwa nini?
That's
You maisha soft life.
That small you have to appreciate that, and God atawainua and mfike place mnataka. Yeah.
Uone kwamba mtu akiwa broke kidogo vibe haiwezi ingiliana, manake unataka soft life, kesho kwa Mombasa kwa Malindi.
Okay, most of
Mwana best yako anadua na Uber, wewe unapanda basi.
And that's why I've said don't compare your life with someone else. Don't compare your relationship with your friend. You have to be you.
Okay.
Yeah, and make
things
yeah.
Okay. Wow. I've got some lessons there. I hope maybe the ladies who will be watching this, some of them have also learned this. So we are going to another point, and it says that a codependent woman. So I'm going to read it a bit. What it says, that love is a beautiful thing, sweet and exhilarating, especially when two parties who genuinely love each other come to form a union. In a healthy relationship, it's normal to depend on your partner for support and comfort. But there should be a balance between each partner's ability to be independent. And if that balance is off, that's when things get messy. It all starts out like a fairy tale when you find yourself making all the sacrifices to make your partner feel whole. Problem is, you may eventually lose yourself, getting overburdened and grow resentful. If you feel that your woman has to get approval or permission to do the basic everyday decision and cannot make any kind of significant judgment by themselves, it's a red flag. Often such women are clingy and they will always go with what you suggest for fear or being left out. It's better to have a woman who can share ideas to and contribute to the relationship development. So I'll start with you, Melabai. Ni ukweli ya kwamba sahi ukiingia katika mahusiano ama ukiingia katika ndoa kwa mfano, ni inatakikana ya kwamba mkue watu wenye mko dependent, like kwa mfano mwanaume kesho akose, pengine hali yake iende vibaya, anaweza jishughulikia mwenyewe, ama wewe mwenyewe unaweza jishughulikia, ama mmoja wenu anaweza shughulikia mwenzake. Like you need to be dependent, like, and even if in case maybe hata walk out, bado unaweza jisia ati mtu mmoja ana rely kwa mwenzake sana. So ukipata mwenye ana rely kwa mwenzake sana, hiyo ni overburden, na hiyo ni dalili ya kukua, ama dalili ya kusend red flag. How true is that dependency?
Okay. Somehow it is true, somehow it is not true, because
mna consider mtu mwenye pia ako dependent, like anaweza jini peke yake.
Okay, what if like I'm in a relationship or niko in a marriage and tuseme bwanangu ako like place ana work, like something went wrong na hayuko job, yes, and I'm working, do you think like na amekuwa like amekuwa kini support, amekuwa kini support everything I want, amekuwa like amekuwa lipa hao children's, amekuwa like akiwape everything, do you think me neza kata kumsupport? No, I can't. Actually I have to support him. Na
so you should be relying on each other, dependent. So you depend on him, he depends on you, so haitakuwa lakini
but I work hard. Okay, aonyeshe yo
effort,
make effort, apate job ingine at least. That's cool.
Otherwise akirely kwako sana, itakuwa ni overburden, hiyo red flag. Sindio?
It depends on situation, cause nowadays jobs kupata ni ngumu. So boraki ana work that effort, anakuonyesha that effort, maybe anakuja anaenda interviews. I don't think it is a bad thing. It is supporting each other.
Okay. Chantel Oriana, what's your thought about this issue to do with dependency in a relationship? Should they embrace being dependent? Like today, if you have, the guy doesn't have, he can rely on you and still life can move on. Or if one guy decides to rely on each other so much, then that's a sign of red flag. So one should walk out of that relationship. Inafaa tu kuwa tuna depend on each other, kwa ile ama kila mtu akuwe tuna role yake ya kuplay dependency.
I believe in a 50-50 quotes.
Yes.
Such that if we are in a relationship, in any kind of effort that we put, either emotionally, financially, physically, all, we should bring a 50-50 to the table. Listen, I should be bringing some, you should also be bringing some. Ikiletwa inachanganywa inakuwa something big for both of us. So sisemi ati ni mwanaume anafaa kuwa na provide 24/7, because the quote of ati pesa yako ni yetu na pesa yangu ni yangu, it's actually stupid to me. So as you should, a woman should also express that she's independent, you know, anaweza ishi peke yake. Ndio maana tunamanga before marriage dem anafaa kumetafuta job yake nini, so that in that relationship we both bring the
You contribute something.
Yeah, exactly. To the table. See ati familia kila saa ni bwana. It's not fair even for the man. And in case tuseme the bwanangu amepoteza kazi or something like that na ako in a low state, I as a woman will take charge and I will I will support him. Lakini I will support you, but you will also be putting in effort kwa kutafuta kazi, si kukaa kwa nyumba. Because that shows me that actually you are not just there. You actually put in effort kwa kutafuta kazi. In that way, mimi sitasikia vibaya ati mimi nina support tukimekaa kwa nyumba 24/7 kazi ni kulala. I will pay the expenses, I will pay the bills, but hata kama umepoteza kazi, don't just sit down at moan about it. No, stand up, go look for another job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your views. So guys, we are going to look for another one which is about men. We're going now to focus on men. What to look out for, the red flags to look out for in terms of relationship. So the first one that comes up here is in men is about overly controlling behavior. Okay? Overly controlling behavior is a common red flag. People that try to control your movements, decisions, or beliefs are more concerned about what they want than what is best for you. In a healthy relationship, there's compromise, understanding around the differences, okay? Underlined compromise, understanding around the differences. Not one person controls the other person's action. So guys, kazi ya kukua over controlled katika mahusiano, okay? A man takes charge or he takes charge of you so much, like kila kitu yenye unafanya, ana monitor your movements, your decisions. That's how you kijana. Do you think that is a red flag ama ni mwanaume anaonyesha kwamba this is my super amazing woman, I'm interested, I'm caring, I'm just involved, I'm so concerned about her? Wewe unaonaje hiyo mambo ya kukua over controlled, like mwanaume anakufuatilia sana? Ni wazo mzuri ama ni red flag?
It's a red flag for me.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
It doesn't show that the guy maybe is interested, is concerned about, is thinking about you every time.
No. I want, yes, there's an amount of follow-up that I can take, but kuna ingine nitakuwa like like I also want my freedom. Isikuwa tu kila saa nikienda mahali lazima unipigie simu after every 5 minutes kuniuliza niko na nani ama ninauliza nifanya nini. I'll feel jailed in that kind of relationship, you see. So I want my freedom.
But if the man afanyi utaanza kusema pengine the man is not interested, apigi simu siku hizi amekuacha.
There is an amount of calling that is required.
Yes.
Call
for instance,
me,
like,
yes.
like how many calls a day? Or
I won't say the exact number because we're not all the same.
Yes.
But as per se, I can say call me ni sawa. Lakini don't keep on calling me. Hadi mimi nitaangalia hiyo simu nitaweka airplane mode na niachane nawe. You see? Because unaweza kuwa nipigia like okay, call me in the morning, maybe if you're not hatuishi pamoja. Call me in the morning, niambie morning ni sawa nini. During the day, kama unajua vizuri niko kazi, those are not calling hours. Nipigie tena jioni. Kama unataka tuongee nipigie tena jioni, because during the day I'm busy handling business matters, and maybe this call that you simu yenye unapiga might be interrupting a very important meeting concerning maybe millions of bills.
Yes.
In the name of ati unapenda mtu. Ni sawa, nipende, sijakata, nipigie simu sijakata, but call me at a certain rate.
Thank you for your sentiments. Melabine, what do you have to say about this factor? Overly controlling behavior, where a man takes charge in terms of knowing your whereabouts. He would like to know where you are. He would like to know your decisions. What are some of the actions you are taking? Is that a red flag, or that is just an indication that the man is interested, the man is really in love with you?
Okay, that is a big red flag.
It's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Why?
Because this person hakutrust
So trust is a factor there.
Yeah, hakutrust because kila time anakuuliza uko wapi, calls, all those like mko na nani, unaona, hakutrust, not trust there, and you have to trust your partner.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a red flag. So
Yeah,
a man should avoid that. He should refrain from that.
Yeah.
And if there's a lady who is witnessing that in a relationship, then that's an indication that she should walk out of that relationship.
Actually unafomwambia like sipendi ushinde like ukinifuatilia. I'm not a child actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm supposed to do. So don't kushinda like unanifuatilia every time and then. Hakuna trust hapo. I let you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your sentiments. What I'm just gaining here is that too much of something is poisonous.
Yeah.
So guys, as you are watching, and we were talking about the red flags that women look out for in men. So one of them was overly controlling behavior, which is about people trying to control the movement, decisions, or beliefs of their partner. So the ladies here, they have shared their sentiments, their views. They're saying that don't overdo. So if you do that one, then it's an indication that you lack trust in your person. So avoid that. And if you are a lady, if you are witnessing or if you are going through that, you can try to talk to your partner and tell him to refrain or avoid such kind of habits. In case it doesn't yield fruits, then you can decide to walk out of that relationship. Then the second thing that we are going to look at is feeling low self-esteem. The people closest to you should build you up, not break you down. When you love someone, you are committed to supporting and uplifting them. If you do not feel that support from your partner, family or friend, something needs to change. Your reactions on this feeling of low self-esteem, which is attributed by the factor of being committed to supporting or uplifting someone. Is that true that if your partner is not committed to support you, pengine maybe ni pesa, maybe it's because of financial constraints, okay? Or if he's not committed to uplift you, is that an indication that you should walk out of that relationship because he's trying to send a red flag? We still give that guy a chance so that maybe he can be able maybe to get, let's say, finance to support you, or maybe we can give him another room for improvement in order to be able to uplift you. Unaona, inaweza kuwa ni mwanaume amelegea ili asiweze kukupatia ile support, ama asiweze kukupatia ile upliftment, pengine kulingana na sababu zingine, ama inaonyesha kwamba huyu mwanaume tu ana nia na wewe. Unaweza ongeleaje?
Okay, it depends because in a way anaweza kuwa hana pesa.
Yes.
Yeah, and chenye unataka like akusupport with hata make, but maybe there is a times like anaua na kusupport.
Yes.
Or anything. You don't have to walk out
Of that
in a relationship but because just one that time he's not supporting you
or uplifting you.
Yeah, yeah, you don't have to walk out actually. Yeah.
But they're saying that you have to walk out because you will feel you have some low self-esteem.
But you have to understand. You have
issues.
to understand because there is sometimes anakusaidia, anakusupport. That one time, haiwezi fanya utoke kwa ndoa ama in a relationship. No.
But if there's no time that he has ever supported you, then or uplifted you, then
I will just walk out. By
you
the
walk
way.
out.
Yeah, I will just walk out peacefully.
Okay. Chantel Oriana, what is your thought about the issue of being committed to support and uplift others? That in case your partner doesn't support or uplift you, then that's a sign that he's not interested and it's going to interfere with your self-esteem. You will feel devalued, you will feel low. Do you agree, or maybe this is just an indication, maybe the guy is undergoing some challenges and that's why it has made him to develop lack of commitment in terms of support? What is your take about this?
I don't get why somebody who I am in a relationship with and claims to have feelings for me will not support me, you see, or uplift me.
Yes.
No matter what. So for me, if somebody doesn't do that, that's a no for me, you know, because we're supposed to be helping each other build our relationship.
Yes.
And support is one of the biggest steps there. So
Yeah.
if you don't, then we're not gonna work out.
It's not going to work out. To work out, sorry.
Yeah, it's not going to work out.
What if maybe the person was, maybe it was because of health that made him not to, maybe he was undergoing a certain medication, and then later on after recovering, then things just change like that, or maybe because of financial hiccups, like the business he was doing, maybe it collapsed, so from there going on, he was now unable to support you. Would you still consider that one as a red flag and decide to walk out?
By support, what do you mean? Like supporting me financially na pesa ama supporting
Yes,
me?
inaweza kuwa supporting you financially, inaweza kuwa supporting you maybe in terms of any other needs, or in terms of also upliftment, yani ile support yenye anakupatia ipotee tu na pengine na hali ya kiafya.
Financially, I can understand, and maybe if you have health problems, I will understand.
Yes.
You're not in a good state, so you won't be able to.
So nilikuwa nakuuliza, kwa mfano ameenda kwa health, alafu sasa baadaye, so from there when you recover, ajairudi hapo kwa kusupport. Is that a red flag? You walk out long as you still retain him?
Because through that, yo kupitia, na maybe nilikuwa hapo for you, I was there for you during that time when ulikuwa unapitia mashida za health, alafu wewe utaki kuni support.
Yes.
That's a clear no.
Okay. We are moving on to the fourth one, which is physical, emotional, or mental abuse. So this is what the article had to say, that physical, emotional, and mental abuse are undeniable red flags in any relationship. Physical abuse is easier to pick up, but emotional and mental abuse can be just as damaging in the long run. And just like physical abuse, mental and emotional abuse can cause PTSD. Nobody ever has the right to use you as a scapegoat for their own problem. Those should be dealt with constructively and fairly. Abuse is never an acceptable response to a problem. So, hii sababu inajaribu kuangazia swala la hisia, swala la mental, swala la physicality. Like, if mwanaume mkiwa naye kwa mahusiano atumie pendekezo la physicality, emotional ama mental abuse, kwa mfano pengine in terms of emotional, pengine haizi sema ya kwamba maybe anakupenda ama haizi show that affectionate, alafu tukiangalia upande wa physical, pengine kitu kidogo kimwakosanisha, ameamua kupiga. Alafu mental abuse, kwa mfano ni ile tunaweza ongelea kwamba ako na yani ile stress mingi sana mpaka sasa nini yake, yani fikra yake si timamu, ameweza kuwa mtu mwenye ako na kasoro ya kifikra. Unaona kama hizi sababu ambazo zimeshikana hizi tatu zinaweza changia kwa uhusiano kuanguka, kufanya mwanaume pengine kufanya mwanadada ama mwanamke atoke katika hilo mahusiano. Maoni yako ni gani?
Yeah, you can actually, because okay, kukuchapa nowadays, I think mwanaume anachapa dem.
Yes.
That man akona kasoro,
mental
yeah, sure,
mental abuses.
Yeah, and this man mwenye like akwambia nakupenda every time, that
emotional,
that
compliment,
that small thing, like umefanya sha kuchapa.
Yes.
For me
it's a red flag.
Yeah, and then I will just walk out.
You walk out of that relationship.
Or just walk out because this person anaweza kufanya vibaya
kabisa.
So I can't. For me, I'll just walk out.
Okay. Chantel Oriano, what is your take about physical, emotional, and mental abuse as far as relationship is concerned? Is it a red flag to make a lady to walk out of that, to avoid that relationship?
I'll just explain myself using one statement.
Yes.
Mwanaume anayechapa mwanamke si mwanamke.
Okay. Now the last one, we have two last reasons before we close this show, and then one is about narcissism. Narcissism is, okay, I'm going to read about it. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental condition that indicates self-obsession, a misplaced sense of importance. It can come across as delusions of grandeur, although not in a clinical sense. They are not experiencing a break with reality, although it might feel that way to people close to them. Narcissists believe that the world revolves around them, and if anybody threatens this belief, turmoil and chaos tend to follow. Being emotionally involved with a narcissistic, ego-driven person can be exhausting and traumatizing. Their needs will always be considered more important than yours. Kuna wanaume ambao they are being considered as narcissistic people who are obsessed so much with their partners, and it's being alluded that they have ego-driven issues, which is always exhausting and traumatizing to some extent if it's not well contained or controlled, because they always consider their needs more important than yours. I don't know if you guys have ever dated a narcissistic person, and maybe how was the situation, if any of your friends, maybe your best friend who has ever been on such kind of relationship. What do you think, what is your view about this narcissism? Does it mean that the guy maybe is considered the lady as the only female person maybe she has on this planet, and that's why she's so obsessed, she's more concerned about the lady, and she would always agitate, advocate for the lady to do what he feels is right instead of what the lady feels is right? Do you think that this is just someone who is interested, someone who is showing a goodwill, it's something that is bad that the lady should just walk out of that relationship?
Okay, for me actually I've never dated someone like that.
But you've heard about narcissism before. What do you have to say about it?
About what?
Narcissism.
Okay.
You don't have, so maybe while you are thinking, maybe let me give a chance to Chantel to give me his views concerning narcissism as far as the relationship is concerned. Is it a red flag, or is it just an indication that the man is concerned?
Nah. As much as people usually said,
it's an ego-driven thing.
Yeah. Let me tell you, we are two different people that come from two different worlds.
Yeah.
And as much as we're in a relationship, I want you to understand my world as much as I understand yours. So you have your life and I have my life.
Okay.
And I don't need a controlling more for controlling mine.
Okay.
You see? Live your life as I live my life. Narcissism is that you have a relationship most of the time.
Okay. So the last reason that we are going to look at before we close the show is about constant jealousy. It is natural to feel jealous when your partner or friend is spending a lot of time with others. However, that is not an excuse to let it cloud your judgment. Okay? Someone who is constantly jealous of your connection with others cares more about what they want than your happiness. Is that line really true, that someone is constantly jealous of your connection with others cares more about what they want than your happiness? Si mimi nadhani mtu akiwa na jealousy inamaanisha ya kwamba yani mtu amekupenda sana, yani that guy yani amekumind kishenzi. Yani like I feel hataki mtu yote achukue hiyo space yake. Yani the guy is just all over you, is loved, yani ako obsessed. Is making you to be the front stage, like wewe his priority. Do you think that is a red flag, ama it's just something that is normal? Because also love cannot be love without jealousy. Lazima ni sivibani kuwa na boy mwingine ile maisha ya kwamba nakupenda, unaona, I'm interested in you, I'm really deep into you. What is your take about jealousy?
Okay, I don't think hakuna mtu mwenye ako in a relationship hana jealous, like
it's normal.
I think that thing is normal.
But what if it is constant Akuwe constant sana na jealous, yani kila saa ako tu jealous. Is that a red flag?
It is.
It is. Why? Maybe you explain a bit.
Because like he or she is more jealous or I don't know.
Chantel Oriana, as we wind up the show, what is your take about constant jealousy in a relationship? Is it a red flag? Is it something one should look and then decide either to remain or walk out of the relationship?
Okay, according
Because
to
some people say that it's also a factor that spices up the relationship. It spices up in terms of love, in terms of affection, in terms of emotional interest. What is your thought about it?
According to me,
Yes.
there are two types of jealousy.
Yeah.
There is the cute kind of jealousy, and there is the irritating kind of jealousy. The cute kind of jealousy is when the partner is actually worried about me, you know. Jealousy yake si ile irritating ati usi hang out na huyu, usifanye hivi, is ulikuwa na huyu mbona ulikuwa na, like it's a limited kind of jealousy.
Yes.
But the irritating kind of jealousy is you tend to be so jealous that you end up being controlling. You tell me who to hang out with, who not to hang out with, what to do with my time, what to do with my life, which makes me revolve around your world. My life won't be my life anymore. My life will be our life, which isn't a comfortable set, honestly. So what I prefer is, if yes, there should be jealousy, it's also an act of care. It's a way of showing that you care about somebody indirectly. So yes, there should be jealousy, but a limited kind of jealousy.
Not a constant.
The constant one shows that you're insecure, you are bringing problems regarding your past relationship into your current relationship, which brings
So it means
pressure.
that you have not healed from the previous
Exactly.
relationship. You're still suffering.
You're still in fear that whatever happened in your
Previous.
oh gosh,
In your previous.
previous relationship will actually happen in this one,
Mm.
which adds pressure onto me.
Okay.
You see, and that won't work out. That will actually kill the relationship. So no.
Okay.
There should be just yes, there should be jealousy. In every couple there should be jealousy, but a limited amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your sentiments. Guys, we are coming to the end of this show. I've been your host, Mark Collins Ochieng on Facebook, Collins_KE on Instagram and Twitter, while this has been Romy TV Africa across all social media pages. We hope that you've learned. We hope that we've sensitized you. We hope that you've been able to know the mistakes, maybe if you are under a relationship, and some of the red flags we've been able to indicate to you so that you can be able to avoid or refrain them so that your relationship can last long, or you can be able to retain your relationship as far as these factors are considered. So thank you for watching Chatspot. And as far as I'm closing the show, I would like to give my guest a chance to give their parting shot before we close the show. So I'll start with you, Melaban. What is your parting shot? What is your advice to the youths? What's your advice to the ladies and gentlemen who have been watching this show as far as red flags is concerned in a relationship? And then you will finalize with your social media advice.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me this chance to be here.
Yes.
And when
What is your advice? Is
okay, when you are in a relationship, you don't have, like, you have to trust each other and be kind. Not the kind that you mean, but be
I don't know
kind.
why you've been repeating this thing, but I was just saying.
Okay.
I'm not that person.
Okay, be kind. And my social media platforms are Melaban everywhere, Melaban.
Okay. Sharon Ariana, as we close the show. You close for us the show.
I have nothing to, I don't have any final gestures. You must have captured a lot from what we've discussed. All social media platforms, Oriana Chantel, and it's Chantel.
Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, same place, same time. This is Romy TV Africa. Remember, from 11 to 12 midday, we always do this show called Chatspot. It's a show that deals with topics that affect the youth. It might be relationship, it might be sex, it might be money, it might be finance, it might be status quo. What do you have to say? What is your topic? Which topic would you like us to deal with? You can give us your view on our social media pages, that is at Romi TV Africa. Go to the comment section, give us the topic that you'd like us to address, and we promise you that come next time we're going to discuss about that topic. Thank you for watching Romi TV Africa. It's been real, it's been live, it's been awesome. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Dr.Robert, also remember once again, we are back. This is a program that happens every Sunday at 6 p.m. only at Romi TV Africa at Dr.Robert Osoro.
So my brother, so you say that you had started this.
Ulipiga ikaenda kwa wrong number.
Yeah.